States football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
Oh, welcome in. Welcome in. Match day 15 is in the books. Rivalry week for the third time. That's right. You get it 3 times because it's the MLS. Why now? Why now? Why not? I don't know. But it went out with a bang. Thank you, RSL in Colorado. Look, as always, we're going to get into all the weekend's action. I got Chris, the MLS card guy, here with me. Look, Alex doesn't show up, and all of a sudden, I don't know how to talk. Whatever it is, this is the intro you get. No, Alex. Hi. How you doing?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hi. Good. It's going. I feel
we know Alex is crying somewhere in a closet, and that's okay because that happens. It's happened to you before. It has probably happened to me at some point, but
you started it. You're the one that just made not showing up cool. And,
yeah.
And here we are. Now everyone's like, you know what? Screw it. We're not going to make
everything I do. Everybody just follows suit, and it's really annoying because I come up with a good strategy, and then everyone's like, "Oh, that's good," and then I'm like, "Oh, crap!"
And then we got to switch it up again. But you know who never fails? Jay Blaze in the chat.
He's literally here more than us.
Go. Literally, honestly, like he has a better attendance record than we do, but we love to see it. He keeps us going. It's a little late for the Euro boys, but it is what it is. No Sunday game, so we kind of just sat around and we're like kept pushing it off until here we are. So yeah, you know,
I got
as
lunch,
always.
Though. I got lunch today,
congratulations!
So yeah.
As always, we're gonna look through the MLS week and we're gonna look through all the games, catch up with all the shenanigans that happened, all the red cards, all the just abysmal errors and own goals, and there might be a rant about that. I'm looking at you, Matt Miazga, but Chris. Oh, JVic, how you doing? Happy Sunday.
Hey, buddy.
Hope it was great. Let's take it to you. Is there anything that you saw on the interwebs while you were busy selling out the Riverhounds Stadium at home? What did you see this weekend that stood out to you?
Well, I was putting together our match reports after the game and saw Salt Lake score a 5th goal and was like, wow, that would have been a fun game to watch. I saw Bernadeschi with cornrows doing things on
he did a lot of things.
And I mean, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I kind of told you so about Montreal being kind of bad and Toronto being kind of good, and that was not close.
I never doubted Toronto being good, but I thought Montreal had a little bit more bite, a little bit more fight in them, but they forgot the game was starting. They forgot the game was even happening. They decided, you know what? Not this week.
They decided that being the 3rd best team in Canada is good enough for them. And I think next week they play against Forge in the Canadian Championship, and they may even be the 4th best team in Canada. We'll have to see. So
you're putting Forge in front of Montreal.
I mean, they might. They tied 1-1 in the first leg, and I think they play this midweek to move on. I think it's a semi. I don't know, whatever it is.
Oh, we'll definitely get into that. But
Montreal, no bueno.
Oh, no bueno. No bueno. Red or Dead in here. Welcome. Thanks for coming, hanging out in the chat. You brought it up, RSL. We're just going to start off with hot. This is what people want to know about. Yeah. RSL versus Colorado, 5-3. Crazy scoreline. Chris, would you believe me if I told you that Colorado was up 2-0 to start this game off?
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, I saw like big comebacks and everything like that. And I know they scored 2 late ones too. It was like 3-3 late.
It was 85th minute. It was
So very interesting game. Not happy that I started Glad. That's for sure. The defensive stack did not work. He was in actually a really good lineup that scored 420 points, and he scored like 20. So that was rough. But this very interesting. RSL's mowing people down, man.
Dude, they are really making it happen. And shout out Red or Dead from the future. You love to see. No, it's funny at some point at the beginning of this game, because as this game was going, I was getting ready to sit down, really like watch the Orlando game because late night was way past my bedtime. And I'm watching this, and like I even texted him. I was like, man, Colorado's making RSL look like a little like high school team. I was like, this is crazy because they were really taking it to RSL in the beginning, just press them, weren't letting them get anything together. And I was like, oh wow. Colorado's for real, and it just continued. Just the chaos, just so good.
Yeah, RSL just never say die. Like you look at the names, and you don't really think like they're that good outside of Chicho and Luna, Gomez. But my God, like they just keep winning.
They just keep winning.
28 points from 14 games. That's right there with Cincinnati, Miami, points per game. It's just a tick behind, but
And it came late. Like I'm saying, I think it was like the 85th minute, and I think it was still 3-2. And yeah, RSL just turned it on. Chicho did his thing. Chicho is inevitable. Chicho is a bad man. What a guy.
are we calling the Golden Boot? Is it over? Because I mean, we still do have a Benteke who's like still lurking, and he'll be there the whole year. But like, so will Chicho. To be fair,
Yeah.
Suarez is gonna leave. Messi's gonna actually. Does Suarez still play for Uruguay?
No, I think he officially retired recently, if I remember. Yeah, he announced it.
I mean, I kind of like. I think Messi's out. Like, none of these guys are gonna catch. Maybe Boanga could catch up, but like, it's really like a 3-horse race at this point. You know what I mean?
No, you're not wrong. And like, I'll always take the time to kind of like dump on Miami a little bit. But their last few games, with or without Messi, the Heat starting to calm down a little bit. They're starting to, settle down.
It's going to be a long summer. It's going to be a long summer for them.
It is already in the hundreds. It was like it hit the hundreds this Saturday, actually, one of the hottest days in Florida. So Miami could not handle the heat to DC. But yeah, dude. RSL, incredible team. Wow, what a game. And Colorado Rapids. They are both good teams in the West. They are going to dominate the entire time. Rafael Navarro had an incredible goal. He just dribbled through everybody. No problem. Chipped it over the keeper. Incredible stuff from this team.
Who do we buy from RSL? Like, if you want an RSL stack, McMath, Glad.
Gomez is looking incredible
Chicho,
right now too. Yes,
Gomez is really good. I actually did notice that right at like I watched the Miami game, the first game, and I was like, "Ooh, this guy's going to be pretty good." Even though I think he had like a 34.
Especially now as the season progresses and this team starts to like really figure their stuff out, man. Like he has just been incredible. Him and Chicho together, been making it happen. Luna back from the dead.
He has no AA.
I know. But he has scored, and this team, you could stack him, man. Like you're gonna get stuff from every and Ellie. I keep looking at him. I keep wanting to buy him. He doesn't have the peaks, but dear Lord, is this guy?
That's the thing. Good? Like nobody, like real life, they may be pretty good, but like they really don't score very well on Sorare. Right. You know,
but even this for a first year, he wasn't even supposed to play. So if anybody, I don't know if anybody listens to the MLS Journeyman with Dax McCarty and some like other MLS legends. They had Pablo Mastroeni on this week, and he was talking about it. How Anelli came from the Columbus Academy. They let him go, which that academy is awesome. Like, so he was already good. RSL picked him up. He only started because they had some like weird preseason rotation with all like the tournaments that were happening. And Nelly just came into the team and clicked. And if he's like doing this stuff right now, first year integrated into the team out of the academy, it should only get better. And even last night, he had a banger that came off the post. Should have been in.
He has a lot of scores for being first year.
Yeah.
He didn't play somewhere else before.
I guess was he here last year? Oh, I guess he was here last year.
Yeah, he was rotational. It looks like last year.
Yeah, but okay, so now he's officially.
But he's moved from right back to center mid. Like.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
And Red or Dead agrees. Gomez is killing it. But I've been looking into Nelly all season. I'm like, dude, this base, this floor, this high floor right here. If he could figure out how to get a little bit forward, a little bit more dangerous in the attack, maybe it provides some assists. Whew.
But he's a defensive mid, so.
Okay, defensive mids are kind of good in this game, though. Well, I guess they used to be. Maybe not so much now.
Like it depends on what style defensive mid you are. If you're like the Jack McGlynn style defensive mid, where you're picking passes all over the place, that's a really good recipe for success. Yeah. But like even Wobodo, like the destroyer defensive mid, or Martinez from Philly, like those guys in real life are like legitimately great, but they just don't score.
Yeah. So I love Anelli, and like last night he was really getting forward in the attack. I don't know if that was out of desperation or just like really trying to get some results, but he was getting the attack. And I was like, oh, that's exactly what I've been wanting to see. So
all the best teams in MLS historically, at least over the last like 5, 6, 7 years, all have like elite defensive midfielders. Yep. It all starts there. So
I mean, we've said it. The beginning of Cincy's change.
Even you guys last year. The double pivot was crucial.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we are big defensive mid proponents here on this show, and I think that's why I like Anelli so much. I just want it to happen. I want it to see it hit. But dude, incredible game. Even if you missed it, go watch it. Go watch the extended highlights. Go rewatch the game because it is like the pinnacle of MLS chaos. It was.
I don't know if I have enough time to watch that many highlights. Jeez.
You got this,
8
Chris.
goals.
I believe.
I could rewatch the full game and it'd still probably be quicker than watching the highlights.
Probably, because there were some missed chances too. It was great. But talking about another extended, big, long list of highlights, Toronto
Oof.
going to Montreal. Typically, rivalry games are tight, but Bernadeschi said, no, hold my beer. Insigne, I know you're back, but this is what we've been up to. Holy smokes, does it again. Hat trick. In Montreal, just, oof.
Can we give a shout out to Toronto for getting a decisive for almost everybody on the field? Like, that's incredible. I'm so proud of them for like their starting 11. 8 of them got decisives. That's awesome. And I mean, they gave up 1 goal, or else Sean John would have got a decisive too. So like, that's incredible. I'm so happy. And Insigne's back, and then they just like subbed them off because they were up 4-0 and it didn't matter. It was
They're
like,
it's fine.
Okay, cool. Like, we're good. You can come off now. Yeah, Bernadeschi destroying people. Cuello and Flores both getting assists. That's that defensive mid you were talking about. Yep. Where if you get that decisive, they have big games, and they got that today. So yeah, big time for Toronto. Are you sold on? Are we officially sold on Toronto?
I mean,
are they officially a contender?
I think so. Like, Insigne went down. A lot of people went down. A lot of people got injured. We were like, oh, maybe the Toronto fun is over. But they managed to make it happen. They got through the rough patches. Bernadeschi lit it on fire. Now they're all back. They're all starting to get healthy. Larray is still out. So this team's still not complete, but they are just blowing teams out of the water right now. And if they stay in this form, I don't know what their upcoming schedule is. I don't know if you have that pulled up, but
I can get it very quickly.
Holy smokes. Toronto, now that they're getting healthy again. Yikes, watch out. And they're holding strong on the table.
They are home to Cincy after a midweek Canadian Championship game, at Philly, at DC, home to Chicago, home to Nashville, at New York, at Atlanta.
So maybe not the next 2 games, but
or 3 games.
Okay. All right. DC
at
can't
DC
defend.
At DC.
Okay.
No. We only have 1 goal to Miami. Come on. At DC is a tough place to play. And I know that. And also, we're going to go back to this Red Bulls game because I freaking told you so. I know that scoreline wasn't great, but that they got their butts whipped. And yeah, at Audi Field, not an easy place to play.
Yeah.
But shout out to bench Peltolov again,
which they might,
because they did against Miami, and I'm pissed. He's my legitimate favorite player.
By the way, watch out. Bernadeschi got his 6th yellow in this match. So not only was he suspended for the red card, he came back, but now he's suspended again for the next match. So Bernadeschi, while he keeps gifting you hundreds, you're also going to not be able to play him all the time because...
Yeah, you don't want to play him against Cincinnati anyway, even if it is at home.
That's true. That is true. But
not really a great matchup. He's on fire, but
he is on fire. But hey, yeah. You're going to miss him again, but either way, you want to have him in your squad. I am so tempted to sell Bernadeschi right now, and I don't know what to do.
No, I
don't know what to do, Chris.
I think that's the move. I haven't looked at his price, but I'm probably going to look at it and then wait till I get my reward from his card and then get that bad boy sold.
Okay. So and you know what? I wasn't going to talk about it, and I'm not here to like pump my own bags or pump my own glory, but like I want to know what chat thinks too. Or anybody that listens to this before or after, whatever, let me know. See, I bought this new in season. I bought this nice little dip right here for $65. I bought it. This thing,
please,
Instabuy for $187.
Like, you're on rare. How much did you pay?
$65. $65, and they are selling for almost $200 now.
And it's a mid, right?
No, it's a forward. The new season is forward, so it's a forward card. See, here's my problem. It's different. Look, I can sell this for crazy profit, but 1, who would I flip it into? And then 2, if he's gonna be banging like this, like, am I just doing myself a disservice not having him in my gallery?
No, because he's not gonna bang like this
forever. But he's still gonna bang. He'll still make good scores. Maybe not this consistent.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay, but like, I think he does kind of have a peak. Like, he's not gonna have hat tricks every game. Right. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So while hundreds are nice, like he's had 2-3 decisive games in the last 4. Right. He's not going to win the Golden Boot. Like, let's put it that way, right?
Especially with Insigne back,
and Insigne's back, and his AA is going to drop significantly. So
right.
I think this is like he's way overvalued, and I do have one, so I will be listing when I can.
See, here's my thing. So what I really should do is sell his new season card throw this peak, and then buy an old Juventus forward Bernardeschi card for half the price, if not that. And then just roll with that. It's going to be old season next year anyway, so I might as well, right?
Yeah. I would
No?
just buy
Maybe?
somebody else that's not Bernardeschi. Because he's still overpriced. I mean, I don't know. We could go look, but I think that's probably still too much. Also, I bought my limited card for $2.51. So,
ooh, yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
See that? Now you're like, you get rid of that. Limiteds, you get rid of that. Rare, it's a little different, but yeah. I could probably pick them up for under 100 at some point again.
6X, we take those.
We take that. But I don't know. That's been the one thing in my head. I'm like, do I sell him, take the profit? It'll probably be, if I even used him and won a card, the card that I win will still probably be less than the profit I get from just selling him. So everything tells me to sell him, but it's that like, that what if, and but what if I, yeah, that's where my head's at. So thanks, y'all. Thanks for being my therapy session. Anybody who has an opinion, I would always gladly hear it. And even though I'll probably still keep it and hold it to 0 anyway, but that's what we do here. That is what we do.
My question, and this is, I mean, I'm in a little bit of a different situation, and this will be a different game, so we can probably get into this game. But I have a similar question with Jack McGlynn. So he's now, his old season's getting close to $20, and
right.
he's banging, and he's really good, and he does, like, I feel like he is more consistent, if that makes sense. Like,
especially
he
this
does
year.
have higher floor, but I also know he's 20 years old. He's gonna want to move to Europe fairly imminently. If it's not this summer, then like next summer, or I'm sorry, over the winter. And I just like $20. It is a U23, but like it's a midfield. So like I feel like there's a lot of midfielders.
Yes.
So I think I'm in a similar boat. And granted, I have 3. So like I can sell 2 and still have 1.
You need to be scaling out, my guy. Like you should have already sold one.
No, I'm just holding. And I think this is about like he's now like 75, 65. Like
that's
I think
insane.
this is where he's
peaking.
Like this is peak, and now we're gonna start going down a little bit.
I say you for sure sell one. You got to sell one. You got to get one off the books.
100%. And I'm pretty sure it's like pure profit. Not quite. I did pay a little bit for it. But still, like you're still doubling, even if you held forever. Where do the other ones come from?
See, Red or
I
Dead
must have traded or something.
Because it's like, do we expect more MLS cash games? Which I do. I expect either something Leagues Cup, something over the summer. I know there's the International Cups.
These are also old season, so.
Well, the Bernardeschi isn't.
Yeah.
But this,
that applies to that, but not this.
Yeah. Jack McGlynn, you should probably be selling. And I'm scared.
At least 1, but maybe 2.
With how Jack McGlynn is playing right now, with Philly kind of being on that, hey, it might be over. Like
might be
last
rebuild
dance
time.
kind of, it might be time to really clean house again. Jack McGlynn seems like the one guy on this team that could get sold for like a good amount. And he's making it happen, man.
I don't know. Carranza, I feel like Carranza could get sold for a decent amount.
Well, I think Carranza,
Kai Wagner could get sold for a decent amount.
Oh, he was supposed to be gone last year. I think Deke.
He signed a new long term.
I was watching one of Deke's streams, and I think he had mentioned that Carranza's for sure on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. And then, the McGlynn thing's up in the air. But the way he's playing, man, I really don't see a world where someone doesn't come in and scoop him up, especially if he goes to the Olympics and does it really well there, too.
Also, another reason I want to sell, because he's going to the freaking Olympics. I didn't even think about that. But, yeah, that's a good point, to be fair.
And he'll definitely be going to the Olympics.
Won't be covered. Yeah, the Olympics won't be covered.
It won't be, or it will be?
I doubt it would be.
I'm not going to lie. I don't really read the international thing too much.
I don't think the U20 World Cup is covered. For some reason, the U21 Euros are covered. I thought, or they were covered once, but like the U20 World Cup isn't, which is bizarre.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, if they're going to start covering friendlies and all this other stuff, then why wouldn't they cover the Olympics too? But I guess it's all the data provider and all that nonsense. Not necessarily always up to them.
Sure.
But anyway, McGlynn is awesome. And New England getting a red card in the 15th minute. Spalding, my guy, MLS veteran, just pulling him down in the 15th minute.
Did see that. Yeah, that was a bad foul. He's got to just let him go. JPEG's guy. He knows what the right answer is, but fuck that. Oh, that's great.
Oh,
That
Jimmy,
describes your mindset perfectly, I think.
that is literally like to the T. It's yeah, I know exactly what it is, but like to the moon, my guy. Like, come on, this is
Hashtag
it.
YOLO.
Hashtag YOLO is
Um,
the definition.
So while we're on this game, yeah, you mentioned Spalding and the red card. My God, they're so bad. New England is so bad. Like even Carlos Heel can't even do anything.
What's funny, like when the red card happened, everybody in New England was mad. They were arguing, not even about the red card. They were just yelling at each other about other nonsense, not even pertaining to the stupid red. And like, that's how you know that things are bad in New England. They just got beat up. Philly needed this boost. They were in a slump, but they're coming out of it. They're coming. Carranza came back. They're doing it. Jack McGlynn is holding, and he didn't even start. He came in and was like, you know what? Hold my beer. Almost immediately made an impact. Got that first goal going, and I can just talk about Jack McGlynn for an hour, basically.
Yeah, he's really good. Really nice left foot. I have a question though. How the hell did Caleb Porter win 2 MLS Cups?
Zelarian.
I'm just well, that's true. He had Zelarian and he had
was definitely
Nagby and Diego Valeri, and like he did have some dudes, but like he's got Carlos Heel too. Like Jesus.
That's true.
It seems like it seems like he should not be like dead last in the whole freaking league. But
yeah, I used to be like, look, he's a new coach. He came in this year. Like, you got to give him some time to build this whole thing. But Caleb Porter has proven to not do anything.
They're not even close.
They're not even close. Like,
they're worse than San Jose.
Yeah, they are.
We pronounced New England dead like 2 weeks ago, and San Jose's still alive and kicking. Like, they're not. They're like. We have the little chess things on San Jose, and we're like trying to revive them, but they're still technically alive.
They're getting it done. They're making it happen one way or another. Their chaos is prevailing. New England's is not. So yeah, I'm sorry, Andrew. Shout out Rev Sorare, but yikes.
As bad as Montreal's been, New England still has a worse goal differential.
That is true.
Montreal's lost 3 games by 5 goals. Like, is incredible.
Yikes. But while we're talking about being down, I'm going to continue to be down on my terrible judgment on this league. And you can tell me how you were so right about NYCFC taking it to the Red Bulls, who you said was very bad. Who?
Red Bulls are garbage.
I guess would be bad because it had crazy great chances in front of goal, but managed to miss every single one of them. This game was kind of scrappy and gross. But NYCFC managed to get it done.
Hannes Wolf, another decisive, doing a thing. Dude. Santi didn't do anything, which was kind of sad. But yeah. I mean, I think really you look at every position for NYC, and it's like there's pretty good players at pretty much every position except number 9. Like they're in third.
Sure? Are you sure? Because Bakrar got his first goal. Oh, it finally happened. I need out. That's the next sound clip. Bakrar got his goal. Finally. Look at that face. Aren't you so excited for you? Look so excited for him, Chris.
You're doing the rest of the show by yourself. No. Bad dog. Go back to the bench. Yeah.
So off the bench.
They need a number 9. But every other position, like I like Wolf a lot. Tavon Gray hasn't really played that much this year, at least that I've seen.
Brings it up. Wolf and Gray looks really good to get. Well, Tavon Gray's been hurt, hasn't he?
I feel like he's been on the bench at times. Like I feel like they've had some. I don't remember who the other fullback is, but they had somebody starting over him.
I remember him getting injured.
He was definitely hurt at the end of last year,
right?
And then kind of missed a lot of time. But like he came back and started. Wait, let's see.
I guess he did come back.
No, he subbed in the first game of the year.
Huh. Why do I think Tavon Gray was out for like the longest time?
Because he hasn't played. He's only started a few games this year. But yeah, I really like Tavon Gray as a player, typically. But yeah. I guess he did sit for all 3 of their 3 wins in a row, but that's beside the point.
Jay Blaze, NYCFC guy, having quality like Ojeda and Fernandez
Yes.
on the bench is crazy good in terms of depth.
That's what makes them different than a lot of the other teams in the Eastern Conference. There's a lot of teams that have really good first string players, but like they do have maybe the most depth in the Eastern Conference.
Dude, my dog Andres Perea just sitting on the bench waiting for his chance because every time he starts, he bangs.
Well, it's Parks and Sands. Like you can't bench either one of those guys. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah, but yeah, true. Fernandez being off the bench is not fair.
So,
and they still have Talis Magno at some point. if Nick Cushing would ever play the guy, they have so much depth that they don't even dress Talis Magno half the time.
See, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Jay Blaze, that's why he's our dog.
Not Jay Blaze.
100%.
Get your mind out of the gutter, sir.
Just saying, there's something there. I'm just waiting for an injury to come good, for a parade to take over, and then be like, wow, this is the guy we've needed the whole entire time. Andres Perea is the GOAT.
They're in third, and he hasn't played all year. So,
but when he has played, he has banged every single game. How are we feeling about the Red Bulls? Because
they're good. They're going to lose in the first round of playoffs.
And Forsberg didn't play this game either. He didn't start. He had an illness. He had a little bit of the coughs or something.
Yeah, illness doesn't stop you from starting in a rivalry game, my guy.
Oh, you think he didn't want that smoke?
Yeah. Well, he's played 2 games in the last week, and it's Red Bulls, so they have to run around. Like, this is the problem with Red Bulls. Like, you can't sustain. And so they'll look like world beaters sometimes, and then they're going to get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. So that's how Red Bulls operate. That's their company motto.
I'm not gonna lie. I went into this because last week you were like, DC, Red Bulls are real bad. And I was like, okay, I went into this game with the mindset that Red Bulls were really bad. And I was like, oh, they made some things happen. Lewis Morgan was getting behind New York City. No problem. Just the production in the box sometimes is very questionable.
Yeah. It should always has been.
But they need a 9. We've said that. They get a world-class 9. That's not Van Zee or Emmanuel, which Emmanuel's okay too. But they get a world-class 9 in there, and things are changing. They're winning some of these games. So
speaking of world-class, I mean, he's not a 9, but speaking of world-class 9s, Charlotte signing Marco Royce? Question mark.
Ooh,
wow! For a team that's given up 13 goals in 14 games, you're gonna add one of the best attacking players in Bundesliga history. Okay. That sounds like a good recipe to me.
Does Royce? I was watching Trippin's show earlier. Shout out Trippin, be the GOAT. Charlotte Soccer Show, the best. He was like saying something how they were like, oh yeah, well, like Charlotte has dibs, right? We all know that everyone has like discovery rights, and basically Charlotte somehow called dibs, even though they're like newer in the league. I don't know how they manage that. But
it's
then
whoever starts the process first.
But Trippin was like, yeah, from like there are some. I don't know if he was like speaking tongue in cheek, but he was like, yeah, there's just some people that think there's no way he ends up there. So
he may not. Like St. Louis may like. I mean, obviously he's good friends with Berkey from being from Dortmund. It's like they may try to recruit him to St. Louis, and St. Louis may pay them like a lot of money to get his rights. But from what I've been reading, it looks like Charlotte's closer than St. Louis is to actually signing him. So.
Hey, when you got dibs, man, you're first in line.
You got dibs, but you also got more money to play with. Like they at least have 2 DP spots open, whereas
3 DPs.
Does St. Louis have any DPs open?
I think they have 1.
Maybe 1.
If I'm not mistaken. I think they have 1, but Charlotte has all 3 now.
I feel like Charlotte has some cash that they want to splash.
That's true. But does Marco Royce want to go to Charlotte?
Why wouldn't he play in an NFL stadium? I mean, instead of that stupid little 20,000 person stadium in St. Louis, you know?
The soccer capital of the world, bro. What are you talking about?
Better coach in Charlotte? Better defense in Charlotte?
Dino Smith is turning things around. Speaking of that, we'll get to that. But I just want to shout out Bob Flynn, legend in the chat.
We both agreed that Jack McGlynn is a sell right now. So sorry, Bob.
Yeah, he got the Olympics. He has summer tournaments. He could be gone in the summer. He's banging. Philly could just close up shop.
He's a midfielder.
Right.
Lots of midfielders. So
yes, Chris does think he's a sell, but
we think he's great, but we think he's priced too high right now.
Oh, the greatest play in Philly right now. Like the only guy that's lock in Philly right now is Jack McGlynn. Love to hear
I have 3 of them, Bob, if you want one.
No shilling on this show, I've told you. How many times I gotta tell you, old man? Speaking of, now we're here at Royce to Charlotte FC. Charlotte FC dominant at home. LA Galaxy, no Paintsill, a little bit of a knock, rotation, congested schedule. Powerful attack in this league. One of the most dominant in the league. Went to Charlotte and could not make it happen. Colino once again proving that he is the GOAT.
Yeah. It looks like Galaxy dominated this game. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just based on the scores and knowing like the play styles of everybody. I mean, I haven't watched or looked at anything, but if you have a goalkeeper that gets 28 AA, that's typically not good for the defense.
They both did 6.
He got 6. Kalina got 28. So little different there. Also, the midfielders dominate. Midfielders on LA's side had a lot more AA than the midfielders on Charlotte's side, but a draw is a draw, and
35 AA for the boy Jalen Neal.
You love
the beginning of this year, we said just wait for Jalen Neal to come back.
We're back.
Wait for him to come back,
dude. I have gotten so many players that were like so undervalued because they were hurt or they were playing. So like I've got a Jesus Ferreira, I've got a Velasco, I'm still kind of waiting on. I've got an Insigne, I've got a Jalen Neal, and it's like, oh man, all at rare is what I'm talking about. And it's like, oh, they're all starting to get healthy. It's starting to get good. And now it's getting fun. And it's the summertime and PSV stacks are no longer.
Let's go. It's our time. It's our time to shine. See, all it takes is a little bit of patience, a little bit of scouting, a little bit of zigging when others are zagging, and just picking your spots. And that's how you win. Chris, the MLS card guy, is going to be a winner this offseason.
Also very good, even though he didn't get it.
So good. And Peck, man, Peck's coming into his own. Had a slow start. Everyone was like, Peck. But Peck, man, he's making it happen. He looks lively on that pitch. He is creating space on those wings, doing the thing. And
can I make the argument that Ricky Pooch is the best card to own in the MLS?
Yes. It shouldn't be a very hard argument, but yeah, give it to me.
I mean, what are your other contenders, honestly? Right? Maybe
Aiden Morris for sure. Lucho now.
Actually, Pooch loses U23 in June. So that might help Aiden Morris's cause.
Are you playing Pooch in U23 though?
Heck yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, I've been playing him. No, literally, I've been playing him in U23 because U23 is the first lineup I set. So like I've got like all the U23 guys. It's like all the bangers. I've got Gvardiol that I've been sitting on for 17 years, and he finally starts banging. I start playing him there. So yeah, I prioritize U23 like crazy, and I won so many rewards out of there, and they're all U23. So like, even if it's a tier 4, tier 5, you're sitting on a 21-year-old kid. Like, he might come good at some point. So it's better than the 33-year-old piece of garbage that's never retiring. You know, so like even I feel like the rewards are more valuable in U23. It's easier to win.
Yeah,
it's easier to win. Like, and if you go big and you get one of the big ones, you know you're getting a great guy for like a decade.
See, he gets it. You don't sell the studs; you ride them.
Yeah, but Bob, you can buy mine. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to sell yours. You can buy mine. You can have 2. I have 3. We can split it that way. You have 1, I have 3. We gotta meet in the middle and each have 2.
No. Anyway, Pooch, Aiden Morris,
U23,
Lucho.
Yes. So I feel like U23 gives you a plus. Lucho, straight up score wise, maybe just like a tick better than Pooch, but like not by much, you know? I feel like it's very, very tight. Between those two, and obviously with Pooch having the U23 thing, that's
the only reason I'll give it to Lucho is because when it comes to the Galaxy, there are multiple people that could do it on any given night. Right now in Cincinnati, it's Kubo and Lucho. So,
but that's a plus for Pooch because he has so many options. No, he has so many options to be able to, because that whole offense flows through him. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like anybody can score, but like the ball's coming to Pooch. Like that's just how it's going to be. And it's the same with Lucho. But like if Kubo has an off night, like no one's scoring for Cincy, you know?
Yeah, just Lucho.
Like Lucho just
but Lucho gets the decisive regardless. Again, I don't care if these teams win or lose. I care that my guy gets a decisive.
I feel like the Galaxy are so much better offensively than Cincy is.
Yes.
That I feel like there's way more chances for decisives from Pooch than there are from Lucho.
Yeah, on the assist
And also,
side.
Lucho doesn't really do a lot of AA. To be fair, like as good as he is,
You with the AA again.
he's like only okay in AA.
Who needs it when you're producing like that? Look at that.
I mean, he has one game in here without a goal or an assist.
How many games with the
since
decisive?
the beginning of March? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of the last 12 games.
With the decisive.
That's insane consistency. But like, look at like 64, 67, 74, 73, 75. Like these are good, but like best card in the MLS.
Yeah, those are good when those are your worst games. Your worst games are 60s.
I get that, but a 60 isn't winning you a lot.
It's getting you a hell of a lot closer.
See,
he's just almost the same.
He's not quite as consistent as far as decisives, but like he's got similar upside, I guess. But like he can have this game where like he scores a 42 on AA, and even without the decisive, he's still playable.
And then Aiden Morris will put up all those scores without a decisive.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Which is just I think Aiden Morris, like it may not be like the flashy like goal bank. I mean, granted, the goals that he has scored this year are incredible, but wow. Yeah. No decisive, same scores. Insane run of form. Congratulations.
He's cooled off the last 3 though.
Yeah. Well, dude, they're taking it easy. Even if they're not rotating, you think they're going to go 100% into every tackle right now when they have literally Pachuca in 2 weeks?
See, I think you guys are so lucky because you guys are going to get a fully rotated Columbus squad next week. Like, do not start Columbus players next week. Just don't do it.
Is it? Yeah. Is that next week?
It's way too risky.
Yeah. It is about that time to really.
Can Javik answer? Have we confirmed that Olympics are covered? Because if so, I've got lots of players for it.
Yeah, if anybody's in the chat or anybody knows if the Olympics are going to be covered by Sorare, I feel like that's something we should know, but we don't. So that's what we have you guys here for, to keep us on track and keep us in check. Love you guys. You guys are great. Speaking of being great, oh, that's Aiden Morris. He is great. Cincinnati hosting St. Louis City. This went about the way we thought it would. St. Louis came and
we thought this would be a shutout.
Oh, okay. I get it. Was technically supposed to be a shutout, but hey, it's the MLS. It happens. Sometimes you just give up goals.
Stupid Miazga. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Yes, Javik. He's quite sure it is confirmed to be covered. So, hey,
that's good.
That's awesome. Hopefully, Duncan McGuire is better.
Jack McGlynn, not worthless, just much lower.
Can we? Oh, I have never, and you know me, I'm very like calm. Like I don't really get mad at things. I don't really get bothered by things. But when Matt Miazga did the Matt Miazga in this game, I was ready to throw my computer out the window. It was all gone. I was selling up. I was so freaking mad. I don't know why. Like, I mean, granted, all my lineups are basically dead this weekend, but just that Miazga just deliberately just turn around, just shoots it in his own goal. Just
did he really? I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen
I'm gonna go look it up.
Yes, please look it up. See if you can find it on Twitter, because I gotta show this. If you're on YouTube, you need to see this if you haven't seen it already. Because, like, dude, Matt Miazga, they're playing out of the back. It's like, I don't know what's going on. But Celentano passes it to Miazga. Looks like he's not ready. Goes to pass it back to him, but just like open net. Didn't even pass it towards Celentano. Just boop right into the freaking net. Do you have it pulled up?
Oh,
brother, how bad? Like, I get it. You make a mistake, someone steals it off of you, you get pressed. There's not even a guy on him.
No, there really isn't. They're not even. Look, they're not even. They're not even. He's not even running at him. Like, neither of these guys are actually running at that. Like, they're just like, well, we lost that. That was a good pass by Celentano. I was expecting it to go here.
Like, holy smokes, man.
Yeah.
That is just so, and he knows it too. Like, he's upset.
That's not what you want,
dude. How you've played in Europe, you've been on the national team, you've all done all these things. Jesus.
That hurts, and that kept Celentano from the clean sheet, by the way, which is which is so
That's the thing.
annoying.
It wasn't even St. Louis scoring for themselves in the game, dude.
Yeah,
It's
Klaus
literally-
didn't have the decency to even touch the ball. What a jerk.
Oh man, dude, just I was just my blood was boiling. I don't even. I feel bad for Cincinnati fans. Like, I would have walked out of the stadium at that point. Just, ugh. Gross. Oh, and shout out Yuya Kubo who did the baby celebration. So time to sell. We are.
Wait, who else did the? Oh, Christian rolled on. Yeah.
Oh, did Christian roll down? Who else
It was
did
like
it?
a week ago.
It was Kubo did it, and then I think Daniel posted. He like messaged me somewhere that somebody else did the baby celebration. So time to sell, guys, because life's gonna get stressful. But
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I told anybody this. Out of a box, I got a Joey Veerman. Out of a reward box. I was like, oh damn, that's like a $50 card. It's a limited.
Ooh,
but
that's a big boy card.
yeah, so now I got the full like
Wow.
PSV stack, except actually
he's
no,
dead now.
Lozano's leaving. Not either of
To
my
MLS
guys.
though.
Yeah, but no, that's good for me because like I have Tillman and Bakayoko, and as long as both those guys stay,
Oh, so
Now-
you get the little PSV
now
bonus.
there's no rotation for those guys. You know, they're just full starters. But
Just get the PSV collection on the off season when it's cheap. You got Lozano in the MLS. You got PSV boys when they come back. And yeah, look at you go. Before we hop off this Cincinnati game, there's really nothing to let us talk about except Miaz is an idiot. Dude, Cincinnati, 6 wins in a row.
balling
They are
at
getting
Columbus,
it done. Dude,
At
at Columbus,
Atlanta.
Hell is real.
Atlanta again, Colorado, Orlando, St. Louis. None of those are like
No,
none of those are the Revolution,
no, they're not.
as I am observing.
Cincinnati,
I love that their last loss was Montreal. How bad does
of
that
all
look right
teams
now?
too.
Like maybe the third worst team in the league at this point.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
Cincinnati. I mean, NYC has a loss in there, but them too. They are heating up. And we were talking about them. We were worried about Cincinnati at the beginning of the season. They couldn't score goals.
They still
Oh.
can't score goals, to be fair.
So apparently they can on both
They
ends.
can score like one goal a game. It's Lucho. Lucho gets his one decisive, and they keep a clean sheet. That's the thing.
it.
I told you the Celentano thing, right? Like he has not given up 2 goals or more this year yet. He's only given up 1, and that is with Miazga actively trying to put the ball in his own net. So
Literally actively trying. Oh, that's too much, man. That is just I can't.
11 goals in 14 games, and only 10
Yeah.
scored by the opponents.
Hey, but they are steadily trekking their way up to Supporter Shield contention once again, back to back.
They have the most points per game in the league.
Yeah.
They're a game in hand, and they're only 1 point behind the South Florida boys.
And summer's coming. that
And
hot
Messi's
swampy
leaving.
summer's coming.
And Messi's leaving. Yeah. No, I think
Messi's-
Cincinnati's the favorite at this point.
Yeah, I think they figured it
For
out.
Supporter
And if
Shield.
they go out, they have Kelsey, who's coming in. I know he's academy prospect, like he has still some room. But hey, they bring someone else in. They bring him someone to shore up that Oriano, man. Oriano too.
Oriole's
They're
good.
comparing him to the new Barrial. So picked up that forward card at the beginning of the season. Hell yeah, great.
They've been doing that. He needs time. He needed time to adjust, but I think
Yeah.
he's getting
It's coming good. Talking about your U23 boys, Oriano's that guy.
there. Yeah.
Um,
And Big Diddy's a forward, but he will not be past June. So
That's true. It's true. We had higher hopes for this Nashville team. New coach bounce.
did we?
I did. I said, hey, they got a new coach coming in. It can't get worse, right? They're just gonna come out. They're gonna bang real quick. They did not. Hani with that decisive. Shout out to the Hani. I just won. Could use him on the weekend. Atlanta United continues to be bad. Lost another center back in this game. No bueno. They're already hurt back there. And
God.
no Almada, no GG.
Look at how bad the scores are in this game. What happened? Did the ball just sit at midfield and no one touched it?
No, let me tell you, it gets even better. They just kept launching the ball up
But
and
like,
forward and
wouldn't
hoping for
the
best.
defenders get aerial duels won and like at least do something with their lives?
No, because it was just transition
ball just
turnover
bounced
slash
and-
yeah. It was like the most boring, just back and forth, just launch the ball forward and hope for the best.
So they
I
weren't
think
launching
Walker
it to
Zimmerman come
someone.
out.
They
Yeah,
weren't launching.
no,
they were
no.
just launching.
Yeah, it was just like
It was-
literally
It was just 80 shots in a row from midfield that none of them were even close.
The only notes that I have for this game are just launching balls forward. That's all I wrote down. It's all it was.
Yikes.
It's really all it was.
From Nashville, we kind of expect that, but yikes for Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was rough. They had some okay looks. I guess. Yeah, it wasn't great. This was an ugly game. I figured Nashville would, take advantage of a down Atlanta, new coach. They're trying to impress whoever's taking over for a little bit, trying to secure their spot in the team, and they did not do that. Except for Schaffelberg, who looked great, running into space and then getting nothing.
What do we think? Do we think Atlanta is gonna make the playoffs?
The way they're going,
I have the standings pulled up if you want to look.
The way they're going, ooh,
they're 4 points behind right now. Granted, they have a game in hand, at least against DC.
Gigi can't stay healthy. Almada looks like he may be leaving for sure, for real this time, but you never know. And it took a defensive mid to have a Golasso and Schließ for them to remotely even try to get anything in this match. So things are looking rough. Maybe not, man.
I mean, who's dropping out of in the East? Who would drop out of the playoffs here?
Maybe Charlotte and DC.
I don't know, dude. Charlotte's got 21 points already. They've got 3 DP spots open, and they've got a coach that I believe in. I don't know if they're gonna drop out.
It's not that I don't believe in them. It's not that they don't have a nice young core, but the whole team is young. They have no DPs. There's no guarantee that the DPs will hit, no matter how much you spend. It's never guaranteed that they'll fit and do everything, all that. It could be too much like moving pieces around for Charlotte to sustainably stay up all season.
Dear God, add Marco Royce to that team. This is what great teams are made of, you know? You've got a decent young core and you haven't spent any money on it, and now you can go spend all your money on DPs.
That's literally the dream, man.
You got a hit with the DPs, but the young core by itself is in 6th.
Yeah, Ajimon, Vargas, you have Dejare. I mean, they have Abada. So they have pieces, man. But it's getting it all the gel.
I don't think Charlotte drops out. I've never been a big Charlotte fan, but you can clearly see that they're very well coached. They're good defensively, and they've got a lot of money to put towards the offense. So I would be very surprised if they drop. DC's your best bet, and I still believe in DC. I still think they're I don't think they're legitimate title contenders.
No.
But I think they're plenty good enough to put together a little run of form and be pretty solidly in the playoffs. The only other team that I think has much of a chance is Orlando, to be honest with you. I think it's a DC Orlando fight for, and Philly could drop out. To be fair.
That's true. They definitely could.
I could see Philly dropping out. The rest of these teams, these guys they've already clinched, right? It's fine. They're in. These teams aren't going to drop that far. I mean, they're already
help you up and down.
Up. We believe in Toronto. Columbus is Columbus. So
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a 3-horse race for 2 spots, and maybe Atlanta can figure something out. But
Atlanta would be that last variable where if anybody else was gonna take a fight to the playoff spots, it would be Atlanta. Because at this point I don't think Nashville's doing it.
No, I don't think
it is not. Yeah, that was a terrible game. Way to start off the afternoon. That was the 1 o'clock game. It was hype. We were let's kick this off early. Let's get some MLS action in early.
Finally, we can all watch a game together. And then nobody.
Finally, I took a nap. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I missed. So did all the players.
I missed a good chunk of that second half. You
didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I know I did.
It's okay.
The rest of these are kind of gross, but we'll get through these real quick. Seattle Sounders hosting the Vancouver Whitecaps. It took the Vancouver Whitecaps to get 2 yellow cards back to back, one of them leading to a penalty, and Nuhu at the very end of the game to steal a point away at Seattle. Where are we on the temperature for Seattle and Vancouver? Are they as good as we thought they were?
Nah, they're kind of falling off a little bit. Seattle is kind of grinding. They got João Paulo back. So here we go. No, I mean, I don't know. I'm still not sold. I still think they're probably too old. But like, do they have one more run in them? It's
Maybe.
still Seattle. It's still not August yet. I'm not going to say Seattle's going to miss the playoffs entirely. And in fact, if we do the same exercise with the Western Conference that we just did with the Eastern Conference, the team that I feel probably the most confident falling out of the Western Conference is Vancouver. So, yeah.
What a fall from grace. Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Seattle and Portland and probably Dallas all still have chances to kind of get in. Kansas City, I think, is dead.
Nope. Yeah.
They're dead.
R.I.P. St. Louis. I don't think they could score their way.
Yeah, I can see St. Louis falling out too, to be fair. So like this is a little bit more open race than the Eastern Conference is in my view. Because I think LAFC could also kind of drop a little bit, to be fair. I don't think they'll drop all the way out of the playoffs, but I just don't think they're that good.
I don't know. I love Giroud. I've always been high on Giroud. He was fun at Chelsea.
But will he care? Will he care? That's always the question with any of these guys. Will they care? Like sometimes you get a Wayne Rooney and it's like, oh my God, that just changed the franchise. And then sometimes you get a Douglas Costa and it's like, oh my God, we got to get his salary off the books or else we're going to suck. Like Douglas Costa literally made the LA Galaxy suck for like 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, and whatever people want to say about their goalkeeper over there, Hugo Lloris, who some people say doesn't really look like he gives a damn. So I don't know. Same manager, same people, France. You know, I don't know. It could be. I think he'll come here do great. They've been playing in like, I don't know if it's just like the few games that I've watched, but Kai Kamara's been getting a few more minutes, like more than anybody would have thought in LAFC.
That's very scary.
Yeah, but you know what that means? They're like, hey, Kai Kamara and Giroud kind of have like a same play style.
We need a stopgap until Giroud gets in.
Yeah, like, you know what? Let's
100%. That's what that means.
This kind of player, and then just slot Giroud in, and then just take the league by.
Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that Giroud would actually make the team average age younger? That's crazy. Oh man. Also,
Kai Kamara never retire.
Hugo Lloris definitely is confirmed that he will be playing better because he's scared that Giroud will take his spot as the new goalkeeper. So we are just assuming that Giroud is coming to play striker, but he may be coming to play goalkeeper.
Look, he's such a massive goalkeeper. He even got special edition cards on Sorare. That's how good of a keeper he is.
Literally, Sorare shouted him out as like one of the best goalkeepers in Serie A history.
I do want to mention that Pedro de la Vega is back. Something to keep an eye on. Maybe it's a refreshment in this Seattle team.
Very similar to Gabriel Peck.
Yeah.
Same level of hype in the signing. So
could happen. Haven't really seen him. He got hurt in like the first or second game, something like that. So
yeah. I don't know. I don't think Seattle's dead yet, but they gotta you're at home. You gotta win these games, to be fair.
And they almost did. They almost did. No, those both red cards literally came in like the last five, like both yellow cards came in like the last 5 minutes. It was back to back, kind of sucked. Terrible.
What has Yamar been doing? Has he been playing?
Is he the one that's been out, or is it Nuhu that's been out?
He missed one game and then subbed in once, and then he missed some time in March. He's just not playing that well.
Yeah,
but to be fair, like he has a lot of potential.
Oh, always.
Like he's probably one of the better. Like I'm assuming his price is pretty. No, his price is pretty high actually. To be fair. But yeah, like 150 for a limited. That's
hey man. Everybody knows Yamar and Fry, regardless of the situation, regardless if they're winning games or not, they score pretty well most of the time.
Yes, they do.
It's always been a fun little stack for Seattle. I don't know. They'll figure it out. But I think the more red flags are coming from the Vancouver camp who, they're kind of falling off the rails here.
It's Brian White's fault. I blame him.
Hey. None of that Brian White slander.
See, all of you guys were like, Brian White. And then look at this. Look at this. Feast your eyes on what Brian White is. Yeah, you get the 4 goals in a row. You get 4 goals in a row, which don't help you win any rewards because they're all 65 or lower. And then you ruins 4 lineups in a row. Welcome to Brian White ownership. I blame him specifically. Look at that. Look at this face. I blame this face right here. Sell. This is too high. Sell.
Yeah, it probably is a good time
Sell
to start
that,
selling off some of the
sell
Vancouver
that.
collection. Yikes.
Sell that. Sell that. If you are the one person that has the new season unique, you better sell.
Brian White season is over.
Do not sell Ryan
RIP.
Gold though. Ryan Gold is too good.
Oh no, the GOAT for sure. The GOAT. Speaking of selling, you know who you should be buying? You should be buying that team, Orlando City, going to San Jose. Let me tell you, this was a very ugly game. It was
Really?
very, yes.
Two of the worst teams in the league, and you're telling me it was an ugly game. Interesting.
Yeah, dude.
Who
It was
would have
ugly.
thought?
Now, I will say Orlando looked like the better team here, but 3 games in 7 days really showed in this game. They were sluggish. It was slow. It was the Orlando that we know. Duncan McGuire went off really
rhymed.
early.
That was really cool. I like that.
Yeah, I got some bars.
Sluggish, slow, and it. I don't even remember what you said. Sorry.
Apparently, it wasn't that great.
But it was really good. In the moment, I don't know. I lost my mind and I blacked out.
Someone clip that.
I was so entertained.
Oh, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for. It's just about it. That's all I'm really good for. Orlando City. Yeah, no, it was very ugly. Duncan McGuire went down. Looks like it's just an arm injury. I don't know if it's an elbow, shoulder, what it is. It's not his lower body, which is a good thing, but it's something to keep an eye on.
Slap a cast on there. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Jack Lynn comes in and always does the business.
Jack Lynn does the business. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a couple things that Jack Lynn was like, oh, you haven't seen the pitch in a while. You can tell. But he still got the goal late thanks to Angulo. Angulo kind of set it up. Jack Lynn, when he gets his opportunities, takes care of the job.
I met his aunt once. Very nice lady.
You did meet his aunt once. Ojeda off the bench, coming and getting done. This is why I'm saying he doesn't need to be the one getting benched all the time. But it is what it is. I will say that this game proves, with all the injuries, with the suspensions, we have found our new formation. I don't see us going back to the 4-2-3-1. Because basically,
is this what they ran with Felipe Martins? Is the
yes. See, that was the thing, because I was like, okay, Caesar's out. Do we move Cartagena up? Kind of run, Kyle Smith back here, but they kept this back line intact. The only thing missing is Janssen, who went out with an ankle injury. It's not too serious. He'll be back. So it looks like Cartagena might actually go back to playing center back. And then Caesar comes back, takes care of this, and then this up here, just depending on form, is going to rotate in and out. But yeah, this seems to be, I assume Ojeda and Nico will kind of go back and forth because he refuses to bench Angulo and Facu. I guess we can't bench Facu.
You can't bench him. He's way too good.
Yeah, he was last year. Anyway, so yeah, this seems to be the new formation. We should be looking at this going forward, slotting in people in and out depending on injuries and form, whatever not so. But looks like we found our plan going forward, and it's only up from here. Yay. Look at us go.
What is Facu averaging this season in Sorare?
Oh God, like a 45.
49-4.
Close. Yeah, it's been rough. And the only goals are what, penalties, I think? I don't think
Montreal.
I don't think he's scored like a goal out of front of play. Like in MLS. I'm pretty sure it's just been penalties.
He's literally only scored one in MLS, and that was Montreal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a penalty. So
in MLS, he's averaging a 44-5 so far.
Hey, look, I was close. Look at that. Yeah, it's been rough. We should have
averaging a 62 in Champions League. So
hey, let's go.
If you guys get put back in there, watch out.
No, I was joking around the other day. I was like, we should have sold the top, and we should have just sold him to Arsenal when we had the chance. Sold him at the peak. Everybody wanted him. He was flying. Just sell that top, pull that profit.
So, Jorge calls up the front office. He's like, "Yo, I play Sorare. I know how this works. Sell this man. He's too high. He's too high, bro.
Sell.
He's a midfielder. There's a billion of them. You'll get another one. It's fine.
He's gonna regress to the mean, bro. Just cool. It's cool. Sell it."
When you can actually run a team better than the people making the decisions. Oh,
bro,
God.
Put me in GM. Who needs a GM? I got you. I got you. Put me in. But yeah, whatever. We got the win late in San Jose. Proud of us.
Mason's Stage-Ahar season.
Okay. Actually, glad you brought that up. Even though he got arrested, he was on the bench.
He got arrested.
Even though he got arrested,
he Scotty Schefflered it.
and almost got subbed in when Gayese went down, kind of playing with a little knock. So that does mean Sandahar is alive. The team isn't mad at him. He continues to play ball.
Mason.
What a guy. What a guy.
Very expensive for a backup goalkeeper.
Hey, he's a good backup. When he plays, he bangs. And when he doesn't play, he gets arrested. Minnesota United is a very good team at the football. Portland Timbers continue to have question marks in the back, but Minnesota running through, and Pookie gets his start again, but comes off injured anyway after doing a whole lot of nothing. Robin Loud coming off the bench, and John Sang-bin getting a goal as well.
Robin Loud doesn't need to start games to be good. Let's be honest.
No. Off the bench, 34
DJ
minutes.
Taylor, your boy, too, also coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench.
Doesn't matter. Minnesota can rotate. They don't care.
They do not care. Are there no more question marks for this Minnesota team? I know it was a little questionable at first. We're like, are they real or are they not? I think they're real.
I'm not 100% sold yet.
I think they're real.
There is still legitimate regression to the mean possibilities with some of these guys. Like, Lud is really good, but is he this really good? I don't know. DJ Taylor, 100% not sold on yet. I love Sang-bin, but he doesn't score very well.
Yeah.
I think the one thing Minnesota has going for them, we talked about it a little bit with NYC. I actually really do like their depth. Like, they don't lose anything when they rotate, which you can see in this game. But that being said, I don't 100% know if I'm sold. Also, I will say, I think like 2-3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was in the camp of like, Adrian Heath is holding them back. Adrian Heath is not a good coach. And now Adrian Heath's gone, and like magically they're kind of second in the league. And it's like, maybe I was right about that. Maybe they did have talent this whole time. But yeah, imagine if they had a Reynoso.
They'd probably be worse because they had him and couldn't do much apparently because you weren't happy with it.
No, it was Adrian Heath's fault, not Reynoso's fault.
I guess that's true. Fine, Reyno's show. Maybe he comes back to life. I don't know. Maybe he wants to play here now that they're good. Yeah, he's not coming back. Yeah.
Nope.
Reynomo, maybe.
Reynomo.
Reynomo.
No more Ray show.
You know show, then you know Mo. You know what I'm saying? That's how the cookie crumbles.
You went the rhymes today. My God. Love this.
It's the LaCroix. The bubbly water. James Rodriguez. Where are we on him? Are we sold? It's like a couple goal 2, 3 in a row now.
I'm a big fan of anyone coming from Mexico into MLS, like Lucho Acosta.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wasn't MLS before Mexico, but seems like these guys do pretty well when they come over here.
They figure it out, man. They are getting it done.
Whereas Cade Cowell still sucks. He sucked at San Jose, and then everybody got all excited when they bought him. It was like, dude, he sucked at MLS. How's he gonna be good in Liga MX? Come on.
Hey, he came out hot with a bang. I haven't been following up, but he probably kind of fell off.
I think he has one goal there so far.
It was like his first game?
Probably.
Somebody at his first game. I don't know. Portland's just so up in the air, man. Like, they were good. Evander comes in, does really cool stuff, and we're like, wow, Portland. They're just not getting it done, man. Kamal Miller, Crepeau, just continuing to just have blunders left and right, and it's unfortunate. But hey, Portland's one of those teams, like we say, just like Seattle. They somehow figure it out at the end. Every team makes the playoffs.
So Cade Cowell has 1 goal in 18 appearances in Liga MX. But he did score. Don't worry. He scored twice and had an assist against Forge in the Canadian in the Champions League.
Huge team. So, huge team.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to beat Montreal this week and be the 3rd best team in Canada. So he does it against good competition. Let's put it that way.
That he does.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Cade Cowell. Yeah, he was
very
Kevin Cabral-esque. I keep comparing him to Kevin Cabral. We all know what that means.
Look at his scores ever. Like, just
Yeah.
He had 100 once and everybody went nuts.
Woo! That's it. If he can bang 100 once, he could do it again.
Once in 3.5 years. Bye.
If he can hit 100 once, he could do it again. If silver prices went to the moon, he could do it again.
He's only 92 cents. You probably get a rare for like 13 cents.
Hey,
and he's a forward technically, so
could be cheeky. Leagues Cup, little Leagues Cup action.
Well, I'm thinking more like Olympics, like cheeky little 90-cent buy for the Olympic team. That might actually work, because he won't be played against good players there. So
Givix quite sure is confirmed. I will actually, if it is confirmed, I might build a little cheeky Olympics deck. I think it'd be fun.
I probably already have one. To be fair,
I probably have I have a pretty good amount of it,
like
especially if Schulte goes to the Olympics too. Yeah, should be cheeky. Speaking of the Olympics, these teams are known to have some young guys on their team, especially Dallas. We thought this game would be gross. It was kind of gross. Should have been 0-0, but we got a 1-1 anyway. Peter Musa coming off the bench, or not coming off the bench, scoring a goal, and Bossy with a banger. Wonderful goal. Bossy continuing to get it done. Tell me about your Jesus Ferreira and Dallas boys. How are we feeling?
Just based on the scores here, it looks like Houston probably dominated a lot of this game, at least in the midfield. 2 midfielders with plus 60s and no decisives is normally a pretty good sign. My question is, what the heck happened to Stevie Clark? He got subbed. That's not good.
He took a kick or a ball to the his no square, something like that.
Oh,
I don't know. Somebody was doing. I think Daniels went scooping a bunch of tarbells.
Somebody please confirm to me that Stevie Clark and his rat tail are okay.
Yeah, that is definitely something we need to keep an eye on. I completely forgot about that. I was going to look it up. But yeah, Stevie Clark went down. Didn't seem anything too crazy. But there is always that rotation, at least with congested schedules and all this nonsense. Maybe they do give Tarbell a little bit of a run while they get the Steve Clark back. It took me forever.
I have to go get one because I have a Steve Clark rare and I cannot afford to lose him.
I waited so long to get a Steve Clark rare, and I finally got one. I got a few weeks out of him, and now he's hurt, of course.
Why didn't you tell me you picked up a Steve Clark? I would have sold.
First of all,
man, I thought
this was weeks ago, bro. All right, this is when you were off having fun with your little river hounds and all your friends on the river. All right, sorry. Well, I've been here the whole time. Where were you when I needed you, sir? Hector Herrera is back though, looking good, creating, getting in the box, making passes, flicking balls on. Just sometimes people on his team don't finish those chances. Looking at you, Karaskia. But hey, Hector Herrera is back. Look, Copa de Tejas, ugly games. It's hot. Texas strong. Shout out to everyone in Houston. Hope you guys are okay. Maybe there was a lot on their minds. Maybe their houses, maybe their car windshields got broken. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it was a game. It was Copa Tejas. Got any other words?
I have lots of words, but I don't know if any of them apply to this situation.
Okay, good talk. Anyway, I bet you don't have words about this one. Chicago Fire hosting the Columbus Crew. They scored a goal. Shout out to Go Fire. Defender scored.
Carlos Tehran everywhere. 92. Team gets blown out. He doesn't care. Andrew Gutman's back. 3 points. Love to see it.
That's your fault. That's your fault for owning 10 of them.
Do I own 10 of them?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Cucho out this game again.
I own one.
Columbus, they're getting it together, man. Columbus. I don't know. Until Columbus.
This is a fire. We can't take anything from this game.
Fine. All right. Look.
You start Hinestroza and Christian Ramirez.
Because I'm so tired. Everyone.
The fire.
We're so in this like, is Columbus for real? Like, Columbus, are they going to pull a Seattle where they're like going to win CONCACAF but then like not make the playoffs? Like, dude, they will be fine.
They'll be fine.
They will be fine. They continue to roll. It doesn't matter.
They'll be fine, but not because of this game.
They're deep. Amundsen off the bench. Assist. Russell Rowe off the bench. Goal. This is team. We've said it multiple times today about depth and everything. There's no teams that are deeper than this Columbus Crew team, and they get it done. Yes. Even if they don't win,
don't start your Columbus Crew players next week. Even if, unless, maybe start them in low prio lineups potentially, because like they could still play, but dear Lord,
they're not playing hard.
Just let's be very careful with like. There's gonna be rotation probably. So,
does anybody have word on why Aiden Morris was taken off early?
Would assume it's just rotational type stuff. What was the score at that time too? Because did they score in the first half? Because I know that's why Insigne came off real early. They scored. All right, so they were 1-0 up. I mean, I guess 100% take everybody out.
Yeah, it could have been a precautionary thing. It's Columbus is going to be one of those things that they are focused on CONCACAF right now, whether it's mentally, physically, whatever it is. The league can get put on hold. They've managed to get this far,
and also they put Zawadzki in, so like Zawadzki's a pretty big player for them anyway. So
he's the Swiss Army knife in Columbus.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like they were taking him out, like and not putting anybody in. Like they put somebody good in.
Oh, weird. Kellen Acosta got taken out in 45 too, replaced with Gaston Jimenez. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like it was anything crazy. It could have just been rotation. Been like, hey, they've been in and out. They're trying to keep people healthy. Maybe something to keep an eye on. We'll keep you posted in our midweek preview. Got a couple days to figure that out, don't we? Wow. Shout out to Bob.
Bobby boy.
That was a goat. Always messages me late at night when I'm already sleeping. I got to message him at like 4 a.m. when I wake up. Love Bob.
Yes.
Rest in peace, ATG. So rare. Rest in peace, Alex, my dude. Melia. Look at this. Takes a real legend. Granted, I think it was only one penalty save, but this is the performance of legends.
Wait, that should be. Shouldn't that be no decisives? Oh wait, no, because he got the 3 goals against. That's why.
Yep.
So 3 down decisives and 2 up decisives. That's crazy.
Oh, you love to see it. Rest in peace, Tim Melia. Sporting Kansas City, man. The vibes continue to be bad, and Obrian continues to be really good.
I played Obrian this week.
You did.
I have a new season, and I was pleasantly surprised.
That is most likely the reason, Bob. The fire do suck.
Oh, you forgot the dumpster fire is what they're called.
Yeah, JVic. It was only 1 pen, but it's showing it for 2. So just for dramatic
maybe
effect,
he
it's awesome
saved
that
it
way.
twice.
Oh, maybe like had a redo. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if Alex was here, he'd be able to tell us. We decided not to show up. Just kidding. He deserves a break too.
No one deserves a break.
Yeah, I've had an Obrian offer sitting in Powell's inbox for a couple days now. I didn't answer, and I didn't play him this weekend. Would have been great in my team. Either way, is Austin just getting lucky and having good performances, or is Austin the real deal figuring it out?
Driussi has come back, and I don't know that I'm totally sold on Austin's defense, to be fair. But
right,
I think going forward, Driussi, Obrian, Danny Pereira is a good like calming presence in the midfield that like does help defensively a lot. And then Rubio. Those are like they're 4 good players. Everybody else is kind of trash. But I mean, sometimes that's all it takes to be
Gallagher is good sometimes.
Decent.
John Gallagher being great in his day, and Stuvie can be great in his day too. But
Stuvie can be okay. And
Stuvie's been kind of great.
Pereira is very good at shielding the back line a lot. We talked about having an elite defensive mid.
I'm very tempted to get Stevie.
That's not bad. That's some good AA. We talked about having an elite defensive mid and how that typically leads to good things. And I think Pereira is getting into that conversation where, I mean, again, he won't score well because he's a defensive mid typically. Right. But I think on the field, he is he's definitely proving that he's very good. Number 1 overall pick a few years ago.
Oh, look at you with your draft picks. I'm starting to figure out that if you know a lot about a player, he's probably a draft pick or coming from the USL. You got those guys on lock, my dude.
So some of the academy kids I know a lot about too.
But dude,
just
Austin,
wait. In 5 years, I'll know about the whole league. It's gonna be great.
I just want to say shout out to this show for shouting out Driussi a couple weeks ago.
Shout out to this show. Not to toot our own horn, but shout out to
not
me.
Yet. Not to. Hey, I didn't say.
Shout out to our show.
I said the show, as in general. There's a lot of voices on this show. A lot of people coming in and out, spewing all the hot facts everybody needs in the MLS. Driussi forward card was definitely one that's been on there for a couple weeks now. So shout out to that. If you can you pull up Austin's upcoming schedule?
Aye, Captain.
Please, sir. I would like to see.
They are at San Jose, home against Portland, at RSL, at Colorado, home against LA, at Minnesota. It's like you got 2 more games, and then watch the F out.
I don't know, man. Home to LAFC. LAFC cannot play away from home.
LAFC on the road is not a good team. I will give you that. But
Salt Lake and Colorado, though, all right.
like these are like 3 of the worst matchups you can have.
Yeah.
So
So
it's time for Austin to start dropping.
time for Austin to cool down a little bit.
They're in this neighborhood. Like, let's be honest. Like, they're gonna pass them. They're gonna pass them. They might pass them. Yeah.
Well, Austin, it was a good run. All you Verde and Blacks. Yeah. No, I mean Earthquakes at Earthquakes. If Orlando could do it, why can't Austin?
I mean, Portland, even just the offensive part of it, like the Driussi part. Yeah. I feel like you get 2 more pretty good weeks, and then best of luck. But
best of luck. At an hour and 15 minutes in, shout out to everybody who's in the chat, who's watching this afterwards. Either way, we appreciate you. We got one more game left. We saved the worst for last. It's Inter Miami hosting DC United. This game was played in a hurricane.
Was it? I literally haven't even seen the highlights.
For like the first half, it was like monsooning, and then it just disappeared. And if I know anything about living down here, it got incredibly humid and incredibly hot.
And you have been there a while. So you do know about living down there.
So after we get a nasty shower and it clears up and the sun comes out, you just all that rain that just fell, you just feel it.
It's bad.
It's like a free sauna. It's like a sauna you don't even have to pay for. It's kind of
like a sauna in here.
Like a sauna out here, literally. Outside, inside, all the good stuff. DC United, Benteke had how many big chances missed?
None. I looked.
None.
Didn't score. Didn't have a big chance missed. I was looking to see if he actually played in this game because he may not have. To be fair, it looks like just stat wise that we got our butts kicked pretty good, but I haven't really seen it. Oh, we did have more expected goals than them again, so. We're kind of the best team in the league at expected goals, but not necessarily at
big old Benteke head. That's why
actually goals. But like if our expected goals were that big from Benteke, I feel like he would have had some big chances missed. Because like
that's true.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe somebody else was BCMing all over the place this game. But yeah, it seems like DC wins and expected goals pretty much every game, which is kind of why I feel like they've got a really good chance to make the playoffs.
Which is good.
At some point, they will. Goals. They are creating a lot. At some point, they will start to fall, and DC will get hot. Like calling my shot now.
But they will. Hey, Bob brings up a good point. Things chase fast in the MLS though, and Austin will be fine with Stuvieing and Driussi. That is, put that on a T-shirt. But on the thing, talking about this game and things changing fast. I don't remember if I brought it up last week or just like slipped my mind. I didn't. But what happens to this DC team when Benteke is not there?
Benteke is not going anywhere, so let's not talk about that. Don't jinx us.
I know it's scary. I know it's a scary thought, Chris.
You know what? Let's not even talk about it, because if that happens, I'm just not going to come back to the show. So you guys can figure it out on your own. Also, we had 6 subs in this game.
2.0.
We had 6 subs in this game.
Did you? Oh, did you have a head injury?
Concussion, Birnbaum sub, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Poor Stevie B, man. He hasn't played at all this year. Comes back, first start, and clearly left with a concussion sub because that's the only way to get 6 subs, and he's the only one that subbed off injured. So,
and Cudi Pietra is back too, so that's always good to see for you guys.
Yeah, I really want Jackson Hopkins to not be in this lineup.
Yeah, that's wild. I literally
like Peltola. Like, just don't play Jackson Hopkins there. Play Peltola there. It's really not that hard. These lineups are really not that hard to figure out. Like,
I play so rare. Okay, like I know how to set these lineups.
Like, why don't we play the guys that are good at soccer and not play the guys that aren't good at soccer?
Like, they should have a so rare scouting division. Be like, I don't know, man. Driussi's kind of putting no good so rare scores.
His AAs are terrible right now. We can't play him.
Like, yo, he's due. Just knock on the door. Be like, yo, so rare saying he's kind of due.
The next 4 games, his schedule looks great. Like, let's get him in there.
Statistically, he should score over a 60.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you love to see it.
Jackson Hopkins real bad. As of now, I mean, he's still young. He could get better. He's only 19.
That's true.
It's like I don't want to seem like. I mean, he's a decently big prospect. I don't think he's got quite as much hype as some of the other guys that have come through, but like he's still 19. It's like I don't want to be too hard on him, but he's not good.
Hey, he's starting. The coach must see something.
I know this is the problem. This is the bad news. Like, what are we talking about? To be fair, he's got some AA. He's got 11 AA in a game. So,
well, he needs to be good because I won one either at the beginning of this season or the end of last season. It's kind of just sitting there, dead and worthless. So, need him to figure it out, Chris.
Yeah,
need him to figure.
Go to the Olympics, man, please.
Yes, there you go.
Like, there's some addition by subtraction ones, and it's like, man, if we can get Jackson Hopkins on that Olympic team, set up Peltola. Although Peltola, wait. Did Finland make anything? Euros?
I don't think so. Because we were talking about it with Laud, weren't we?
No,
I don't think they did.
But yeah, so give Peltola a spot, and please don't bench Peltola. He is the best player on the team, not named Benteke or Cleach or Jared Stroud or I think he's the fourth best player on the team.
See, look, Bob gets it. Sorare scores and a quick and easy review of what matters to Opta. Usually those things translate to good play. All coaches should be checking Sorare. I'm saying.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, some positions are higher scored than others just out of the way that those positions play.
Yo, shout out to Alex who's making it in the chat. I love that we all miss and then just show up in the chat anyway. Tuesday, wait, what's Tuesday? What's happening Tuesday? Oh, Open Cup. Oh, that's right. Shout out to Alex, who should be at the Open. We're gonna have live coverage from the Open Cup.
Alex is just happy that we didn't make it to this round because I would definitely be going to Kansas City for this game.
I'm not gonna lie. When he told me that it would have been Riverhounds and SKC, I was like, I'm making that trip too. I was like, I'm so gonna be there and watch one of you cry.
I was watching our game in the Open Cup, knowing that it was probably gonna be Sporting, and I was like, part of me wants to win, but another part of me also knows that I have a lot more work to do if we win. And it's like, I don't really want to win. But also I do want to win. And I was very conflicted, man. So
spoiling some news.
Look at you.
Alex out here. Look at that. You want to talk about Sorare in the States, all right? You guys want to bash Leagues Cup. Y'all want to boycott Leagues Cup. Guess what? We're working Open Cup. So you want to be about soccer.
We are America's soccer podcast.
Yeah, we are. Because Riverhounds and Open Cup.
We're represented by the USL. We have tons of MLS ties. We support the Open Cup. We're like the poster child for all things that American soccer should be.
Duh.
Easy.
What are you even doing? And that's why all the people watching this are the smartest people on the internet.
And we have a Chelsea flag in the background.
There is a Chelsea flag, which is a little wonky right now. We need to get that fixed. But shout out to ATG. He's going to be doing some Open Cup stuff. Hopefully we'll get some great stuff for you. Chris, do we have anything else for these lovely people? We've been at this for an hour. We covered all the games. Is there anything you want to talk about before we get out of here?
I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
For any of Burmese questions. Like, is Melia playing?
Alex, just ask him and quote me here. What the fuck? Just ask him that for me. Like, no context. Just that's all I want to know. So,
Here we go. He got a good one right here before we get out of here. Bob Flynn wants to know who he should buy for $200 in rare.
What position?
And I'm assuming we're talking MLS.
What position do we want?
Yeah. What do you really need, Bob?
That's a
No one ever has
gallery question. You know,
no one ever has enough forwards.
I mean, it's probably either goalkeeper or Didier Drogba.
Yeah.
I would not suggest paying $200 for Didier Drogba. I don't think he'll produce that much.
It's fine.
Just
go.
Are we just going everything? We're just going everything.
What's $200?
Exactly.
Just like that too.
Yeah.
No, it's the MLS what the fuck guy.
Zach Steffen, Galese, Berkey, Takaoka,
a lot of goalkeepers.
Forsberg, Benteke.
That's true.
Bob
just wants to have fun.
I need nothing.
Who can Bob buy for
Jesus
$200?
Ferreira? I think Jesus Ferreira is really still underpriced, to be fair. I think he's like He's one of the best forwards in the league. He's still U23. Like, there's like 4 or 5 forwards that I think are really, really good.
The number one criteria for Bob's gallery is fun. He wants to watch a fun team. He wants to have fun with his guys. Have a good time.
Insigne.
Ooh.
Big time. Santi. Big time. Cole Bassett, maybe?
It's on a heater.
Are we actually spending... Oh, Malty Amundsen. Holy shit. That's interesting.
Oh.
I don't know the defender versus midfielder versus forward like price breakdown, but that seems like he's too low because he seems elite. I would sell Brian White if I had $200 to spend.
João Paulo 120.
Cleach is really good. Jack McGlynn, your boy. Laud? Question mark. He's kind of old.
When Laud was $30 and we were pumping him?
Yeah. He's probably cheaper than that.
You want to watch the show?
You want to win
now.
Bob
wants to win now. All right. You're too far down.
Yeah. I think...
You've gone too far down for that.
Let's see.
Rossi at 234. Like, it's not Cujo, but...
See, here's the thing. Those are averages. I want to see. Hold on. We got to turn the floor price on too, because we got to see if they're actually. It's like 225 is the okay. So that's doable. But I just don't like. I'd rather have Ferrer than Rossi.
Yeah.
Like,
Defender.
am I wrong? Am I wrong? I
No,
mean, he's in a worse
you're
team.
not wrong.
He's in a worse team, but I think I'd rather have Ferrer than Rossi.
Well, maybe because Rossi had a quiet start to the season, but he's kind of starting to pick it up. His last couple of scores, like he's actually starting to produce. He only got his first MLS goal like a week or two ago, after tearing it up in CONCACAF. So I don't know.
Wild, actually.
What? Yeah,
that's kind of wild.
It is pretty wild. But Diego Rossi is great when you watch him.
Maybe I am too low because some of these guys are. Almada 205.
There's way too definitely risk from leaving.
Luis Suarez 185. Painza 196. Yeah, these guys are up.
What about
I don't know, man. 200 is a weird number.
Look at the defenders real quick. Like just defenders.
200 is a weird number.
I just saw Schlegel. Definitely not.
Lennon's 97. Amundsen's 112. Who's the best defender in the MLS? Is it Kai Wagner? Because he's a long way ahead of everybody else.
Kai Amundsen.
I don't know that's true.
I mean, Brooks, technically, if Atlanta would.
I'm thinking Amundsen's probably the best defender in the league.
You scored down a little bit more real quick.
Yeah. Alde's a good option.
Yamane's starting to get it together again.
Good option. He's $39. That's crazy.
Wow. It's actually not a bad shout, to be honest.
Mikhail
is okay. Bombito's okay. You're starting to get way too deep now, though.
Yeah, there's really
Amundsen. There you go. Bob has Messi, Paintsill, Rossi, and Gigi. So those are what, forwards?
There's a midfielder in there.
Oh yeah,
at least one. I think Amundsen probably. Amundsen for 112.
Yeah, especially because his price came down crazy recently. So,
and then if I would add another midfielder because you have 3 forwards. So if we're looking at like one mid 100s, João Paulo 104.
João Paulo, Cole Bassett,
Driussi 76.
Yeah, but you want his forward card over his midfielder, don't you?
You do, but like, I mean, his midfielder is still pretty good. See, that's why I think Jack McGlynn's too high. Like, he's in this neighborhood, and I don't know if he can compete with these guys long term.
I don't know, man. The way he's playing, it looks real. It looks really real. So,
I mean, I get it. I think he's great. I get what you're saying, but like,
it's a tough one, man. That one's hard.
Straight up, really hard. Him or Robin Ludd. I feel like I'd rather have Robin Ludd. There's a big price difference there. He's double the price in limited. But yeah, Bossy's really good too.
Yeah, Bossy's been awesome. I think Hector Herrera is only going to unlock him a little bit more. See, but Bob already has them all. You don't need anything. You got it all.
All right, Bob. Here's what you need to buy with your $200. I have 3 Jack McGlynn limited cards.
All right. What did we say about shilling on this show? Listen, Bob, we'll find you something. You already have like the greatest cards you need. I don't really know what you're trying
I think if you don't have an Amundsen and you have a Morris, I think that's the move. Amundsen, Schulte. Maybe.
Like at this point, buy a second Pooch, buy a second.
True.
Like
you can just buy 2 of these guys.
Like realistically,
like
I
these
feel
guys
like
are very.
You need to be doubling up on some of these guys. I think.
Yeah,
to be honest.
these guys are very safe.
In this day and age, we want to be top heavy and slight rotation, which is usually just like slots in like for like injury or absence, and kind of ball with that.
As long as you're like, it's good to have doubles as long as you're sure. Like if it's a sure thing, which I think a lot of those guys are. So.
Yeah, sure thing, certified banger. Hopefully here for at least a season or 2, and that's how we get the ball rolling. Bob is a legend, wins everything. I wish I could be like him.
Yeah, why is he asking us questions? We should be asking him questions.
Because we watch more MLS, but he knows Sorare more than any of us. He knows how to win. He's a winner. We just help him wrap his head around the MLS. That's all.
But why are we the ones getting the questions? Because we don't know how to win.
We can win sometimes.
Although, I mean, I won a few tier 4s, tier 5s this week.
So. I had a really good midweek, and my weekend sucked. So that's what I get. Yeah. You can't win them all. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
I've had back-to-back like pretty decent weeks. Yeah.
Wow, Chrissy MLS. I mean, ever so
not decent because like they are just tier 4s, so like they're all kind of trash.
Hey, they could come good. They could come good.
This lineup is the most frustrating. Like, Jesus, glad. Like just beat like somewhat decent.
I don't even want to look at my results because
you're a high tier 3 if you just don't if you just start and then come off immediately, you're a high tier 3. You know, like just start the game, get subbed off in the first minute, and I win. Like,
you wanna before we get out of here, I just get look at this, Stanti, let me down. Miazga, let me down. Why?
To be fair, you're 140 points off the pace.
Yeah, but this is the Matt Miazga just
challengers really hard.
It just makes me mad. Granted, at the time when the Miazga thing happened, there was still maybe a chance, and it made me very upset. How are you guys doing in Rivals? Have you played Rivals at all this weekend?
I played Rivals last midweek and was in 3rd or 4th.
Nice.
And then didn't play it at all because obviously working and like I can't look at anything. So didn't play it at all in the weekend. And now I'm in like 6th. And I was looking at playing today and I was like, you know what? I don't want to get promoted. I'd rather just stay where I am. And I'm not getting relegated. So
there you go.
I just decided not to play. So I save all my tokens and
I had big brained Rivals yesterday. So like the 7:30 games and the early game, I won like all of them. Yeah. So I was like up like 17 like rep points. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I made all the rest of my lineups and I proceeded to lose all the rest of the games at night except for the Orlando game. So now I'm like back like 1 spot above getting promoted. And I'm like, I should have just quit while I'm ahead. I was in 1st place. I was a comfortable lead. I was going. I was like, I need to play more. And
yeah, it's a game. Like you gotta play the standings. You gotta play the game.
But like, it sucks because like the way the MLS works and like the games overlap. So by the time the 7:31s like were finishing and the 8:31s,
you don't know if you won or not.
I was like, oh wow, I won 6 in a row. Like hell yeah. And then my other lineups were already in, and they were just they all. Just
in my division, the guy at first had 34, guy in second has 22, and third is 13. So I was at 9, and then I played 1. I played the Miami DC game on Friday because like you get a free play every day. It's like I played 1 on Friday, and I lost that one. But
I played a random Argentina one this afternoon to try to get myself into promotion into Div 3. So I haven't checked it, but we'll see how it goes. But thanks for all your questions, Bob. That was great. Shout out to everybody who's still here at the end. An hour and a half. It's past my bedtime. It's 9. Real quick, house cleaning, house keep up, all that fun stuff. Wednesday. We got our weekend preview. We're going to be looking forward to the next weekend, trying to see what we can find, see if we can pick our spots and try to win some fun rewards, and Thursday, maybe a draft. Maybe we'll do an old school podcast. We'll just get together and we'll talk through some things, talk through some Sorare. We've been in and out. Things are changing. Europe is over. Maybe we'll do a little summer shindig thing. Talk some Open Cup, talk some Leap Cups. I don't know. Or we'll run another draft. Shout out to Sorare Will, who won our last one. He's not really available to come back soon. So I think we're going to do a Champions League for the draft. I'm thinking about taking all the winners from each round that we do 5 rounds, and then take the champions of that. Do some big old draft, huh? You got a couple of weeks to win one, Chris.
I still think, first off, no, I'm getting invited to Champions League. This is not Champions League, okay? This is Super League, right? There are some people that are just grandfathered in, okay? No, so I'm getting invited to that, first of all. Secondly, I still think like decision day, we should do like a 30-person, like just massive draft. You know, like everybody gets one team and you have to like trade people from your team to other teams. I don't know how that would work. It's not a draft, but or like a 30-person, 11-man lineup draft and just like a 4-hour extravaganza of drafting this.
I'm down. And anything really, like if anybody has any ideas, anybody has any feedback, anything you guys want to see on the show, anything you guys want us to do, anything that we're not doing that you think you want us to do, let us know. We're open to it. We got Alex, we got Chris, we got me. Anybody who wants to come on and, you know, just pump some stuff out for your own self. Trying to make this the go-to place for the MLS in Sorare. We're going to make that happen. That doesn't happen without all of you, because everybody's voice matters. It's not just about you and me, Chris.
Because this isn't U.S. soccer. Everybody's voice matters.
We run things better than Don Garber, all right?
Oh, man.
We're coming for your job, U.S. soccer. What a great little episode. Me and Chris holding it down. Alex, you are missed. We'll see you this week. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. We'll see you around. Check on our Twitter, all that good stuff. We're always posting things. And
tweet.